A police officer has been sentenced to over 6 years for doing this to a person that posed no threat. Here it is.
Stop! You're gonna get tased, stop! Get on the ground now! Stay on the ground! Do not move! Do you understand?
Are you there?
No.
10:33. We got it.
Stand by. Hang on. Stop! Put your hand behind your back. We're over here by Rockland's car. In custody.
He kicks the suspect in the head. He kicks him. And then he proceeds to torture him. After he kicks him, the man was already compliant. Put up the picture of this cop. Shreveport, Louisiana. A former Monroe officer has now been sentenced to more than 6 years in a federal prison for assaulting a person he arrested and for trying to cover up his own criminal conduct. Jared Preston Desider was sentenced to 78 months detention by a federal judge. Court records show this cop pleaded guilty in July to a single count of deprivation of rights under the color of law. Let me give you background on the altercation. Officers responded to an alarm in downtown Monroe when they encountered the suspect, who fled after officers found he was carrying a fake plastic gun and drug paraphernalia. The suspect surrendered, obeyed orders, decided to get on the ground, flat on his stomach, with his hands behind his back as he was told. This is according to a document filed with his plea documents. The cop actually admitted. He admitted to kicking a suspect in the face as the man was lying on the ground, okay? With his hands behind his back. He admitted to that. During the video, the cop asked another cop if his body cam was on. And when he said no, the cop kicked the man in the head. That's when it happened. He said, hey, your body camera on? Nope. All right, let me go ahead and commit more criminal violence. It's a damn shame. Now, to the attempt to cover up. When the victim told the cop supervisors what happened, the cop lied and said, oh, I never touched the man. He blamed the victim's injuries on the fall, according to the indictment. The case was then investigated by the FBI and prosecuted by Assistant US Attorney Brian C. Flanagan and trial attorney Thomas Johnson of the Justice Department's Civil Rights Division. Wheels of justice moving in the right direction. I still don't think 6 years is enough. And the reason is because of the position of this cop. When you are a police officer, you should be held to a higher standard of accountability, not a lower and not even the same, higher. All right, this is another case where we have seen the Civil Rights Division get more involved in the DOJ. Happy to see that happening finally. Still needs to be stronger. Jackson, thoughts here?
Yeah, definitely glad we're seeing some justice. I agree, his sentence should have been longer. But a lot of the time they just use that, if not most of the time, they just use that, stop resisting as a way to cover themselves.
Right.
Because clearly the man was posing no real threat at the time. So again, happy to see a little bit of justice here.
Yeah, and remember, a cop told us directly, it's on like the head. That means the cop knows that particular strike can kill the individual and it is warranted in that case. Well, obviously, not in this one.